Good morning, students. I'm Professor Chidi Padil, Assistant Professor, Department of Processing and Food Engineering, Kikyo College of Agriculture, Engineering and Technology, Nashik. Today we are going to study on shallow bean and deep bean. The silo type of storage structures, the modern facilities for storing grains in bulk are silo. Okay, the silos generally constructed from steel or reinforced concrete. There are cluster of adjoining silos in any modern large capacity processing plant. These silos are generally circular with conical bottom. The bulk storage bins for storing grains can be made from reinforced concrete, plain or corrugated galvanized sheet, mild steel black sheet, aluminum sheet, fiberglass, brick, ferrocement, asbestos sheet. Okay, but in India, generally use mild steel beans and analysis beans are quite common. Okay, for storage of grains. The advantage of modern storage bins are less expensive and easier handling and quality control. Then lesser space requirement, saving of cost of bags, then provision of automation and mechanization for quicker handling and maintaining quality of stored product. Then protection from losses due to birds and rodents. Okay, so these are advantages of modern storage bins. The silos or bins are classified into two groups depending upon the relative dimensions of the container. To what extent of relative dimensions of depth and diameter or width the structure behave as a deep or shallow bin is decided from the concept of plane of rupture. The following terminology is useful for design of storage structures. The plane of rupture is important term. The plane of rupture is that surface down which a base of material bounded by one wall face. The free surface and the plane of rupture would start sliding if bounding wall were to be moved. Okay, so this is called as plane of rupture. Then angle of repose, this is also important term, it shows in figure. Okay, when a granular product is dumped through a circular opening on a level horizontal surface, okay, that time the product takes shape of inverted cone as shown in figure. The angle between horizontal and inclination of heave, this is called as natural angle of repose. Okay, so this is the natural angle of repose. Phi is the angle of repose. Okay, at the time of granular product is feeding through feed hopper at a plane surface, horizontal surface, that time product takes the shape of inverted cone. Okay, that time this angle, okay, between horizontal surface and inclination of heave of the grain. Okay, so this is called as natural angle of repose. The angle of repose is an indicator of the product ability to flow. Okay, then angle of rupture, the if phi is the angle of repose of material, then the angle of rupture may be taken as 90 plus phi by 2 with the horizontal surface. The silos are classified as shallow bins and deep bins. Okay, two types of silos, shallow bins and deep bins. Okay, as for the depth and also as for the plane of rupture. The shallow bins, a bin whose relative dimensions are such that the plane of rupture meets the grain surface before it strikes the opposite side. This is called a shallow bin. Okay, L and HB the breadth and depth of structure. Then structure can be taken as a H less than L 10 into 90 plus 5 by 2. Okay, so this structure can be taken as a shallow bins. Okay, so this figure shows shallow bin. Okay, the one indicates that this is the plane of rupture, this is line of plane of rupture. Also grain bin referred to as shallow bin when depth of grain is less or equal to equivalent diameter. Okay, equivalent diameter generally taken as a 4 times the hydraulic radius of the bin, means SD less than 4R, where SD is depth of grain and capital R is equal to hydraulic radius is equal to area of cross section of bin divided by perimeter of bin. Okay, this is called as hydraulic radius. As per the scientists, Isaacson and Boyd, shallow bin is defined as HD by D less than 0.75 in bracket 1 by mu k. where capital D is equal to diameter of circular bin, mu is equal to coefficient of friction, K is equal to pressure ratio means sigma divided by sigma 1 means lateral pressure divided by vertical pressure is equal to 1 minus sin phi divided by 1 plus sin phi. Okay, the phi is the angle of internal friction. The generally in shallow bins, the squat silos are the example of shallow bin. A squat silo has a wall height to diameter ratio 0.5 or even less, that is shown figure. Okay, the squat silo can compete with sheds for low cost quality storage. Squat silos are structurally efficient, thus can be built from lighter materials and cost are generally lower for given storage volume. The structure efficiency is achieved by walls carrying their loads principally in tension and by the conical roof carrying its loads in tension, compression and shear. The squat silos as large as having 48 meters diameter, 10.5 meters height walls and 25 meters height roof apex are being built. Okay, so this is figure of squat silo, comes under shallow bins. Okay, then deep bins, the bin in which plane of rupture meets opposite side before it emerges from the grain. Okay, this is called a deep bin and is shown in figure. Okay, in next slide. Generally LNH with the breadth and depth of storage structure, then the structure can be taken as deep bins means h greater than L10 in bracket 90 plus 5 by 2. Okay, so this figure shows deep bin. Okay, and lines indicates plane of rupture of deep bin. A grain bin referred to as a deep bin when the depth of grain is greater than the equivalent diameter. Okay, the equivalent diameter generally taken as 4 times the hydraulic radius of the bin. Okay, the HD greater than 4R. Okay, the R is equal to hydraulic radius is equal to area of cross section of bin divided by perimeter of bin. As per the scientist, okay, shallow bins is defined. Okay, the generally vertical silos is the example of deep bin. Vertical silos can be circular, hexagonal or rectangular. They tend to be more expensive than sheds. In case of space limitations, vertical silos can be used because it requires lesser space. There are two types of vertical silos used, flat bottom and hopper bottom vertical silos. The hopper bottom silo is quite common for storing grains. Also prefabricated galvanized metal silos are available in many sizes. These may be fabricated by metal shields, galvanized metal or reinforced. Also in hopper bottom concrete. The hopper bottom is generally more expensive than flat bottom bin. The hopper slope angles of generally 62 degree are necessary to achieve reliable mass flow. So this is the hopper bottom vertical silo. In generally bottom hopper provided to vertical silos for easily unloading of grains. Then shed and warehouses. The horizontal sheds have been used to provide low cost large volume storage. Very large volume sheds have also been constructed by Food Corporation of India for storing grains and other products. The sheds are usually made up of steel or corrugated sheet construction with flat concrete floors. Grain loads on the walls have to be supported by girts and heavy vertical buttresses designed to resist their loads in bending. Also, roofs have to be supported on a network of purlins and rafters. Typically, bulk warehouse will be 15-meter wide, 16-meter long, and 6-meter height at the edges. Building of this size will have a storage capacity of 2,840 tons. The same size of building for back storage has only 1,440 tons storage capacity. Also, 5,000 tons conventional godowns will go up about 5,750 tons capacity by storing grains in a bag and bulk combined. There is increased 70% overhead capacity, including 1,500 tons in form of bag and 4,250 tons in bulk. Okay. The bed conveyors are also used in bulk sets for loading and unloading grains. So for larger sets having 50,000 to 60,000 tons capacity, suspended drag chain conveyor is used. Okay, for loading and unloading of grains. Okay, so this is the figure shows modern go down sets. First stands for seal doors, second stands for floor. then third stands for rat proof slab, and fourth stands for air proof roof. Okay, thank you, students.